Okay, we are now in chapter 6. Okay, if you were to log into D2L, actually let me do that real quick. Let me pause this while I log in. Alright, so if you go into D2L, make sure it's recording. Okay, if you go into D2L for this course, under the Dropbox, there's a quick bonus. I will tell you what that is at the end of class as long as someone reminds me. But under content, for chapter 6, you will see cimage.py. They're just hiding the extension. You need to save this into your Python lib directory, or this chapter will not work. And if you read the book tells you to go to the appendix and go to a different website that doesn't exist. So I got it for you.
We got to save that file?
Yeah, you got to get that file. Or else this project will not work. All you got to do is click on it, do download, save it into CIT1203 You're on a Mac, it'll be a little bit different. If it's on a Mac or something, wherever you got it installed at, which is probably under your applications folder. Okay, and if you read Appendix A, it tells you where to save it on a Mac and also on Windows. But I just put down where, if you're running the same version I am, that's where it needs to go. Okay? Alright. So that's up there for you. So, everybody okay on that? Alright. So let's talk about this. Digital imaging processing. Okay. What's the most popular social media sites right now? For kids?
No, it's not that.
It's what?
Instagram.
Actually, Snapchat. And I can't think of the other one all of a sudden. I just drew a blank. My point is, it's all about pictures. I'm assuming most of us have a Facebook page. Is there anybody that's like me, kind of go through and just look at pictures? You don't want to read all that text crap. So the problem is, everybody's using pictures for everything nowadays. So this chapter is all about pictures. Okay? Alright, we use pictures for everything. Obviously, they're getting much bigger. Okay. Does anyone know what a megapixel is? Like millions of pixels? What does that do for us, having a higher megapixel camera? Better resolution. It's really larger images as well. Okay. Millions of pixels compared to a lot less. Okay. So an 8 megapixel camera is capable of taking pictures up to 8 million pixels. That's an awful lot of darn pixels. Okay, it's like TV shows. You get SD and HD. HD is a much higher resolution picture. Looks clearer. Has anyone ever seen the difference? First time you ever saw HD, you actually can see someone. It's like you can see, dude, he needs to shave. That kind of stuff. You know, that's what I noticed the most. You'll see a guy in a movie. It's like, wow, you can actually see the hair on his face. So that's what you see initially. We need to learn about RGB. We also cover this in forensics as well. But RGB stands for red, green, blue. If you never heard of RGB, it's literally red, green, blue. Every pixel we see on the screen is made up of a combination of red, green, and blue. That's it. Okay? Pretty simple. It says the amount of each primary color is referred to as an intensity. So obviously, if we have a 25500, so that means red's 255, green and blue are 0. So what color are we going to have? It's going to be red. It's all red, okay? And we can have 16 million different combinations of red, green, and blue. That's a bunch. Okay. So this whole CImage module, again, it does not come with Python. And I'm going to go in here real quick and make a file. I think I might have copied one up in here. Did I copy one in here? Yeah, just so I could type. Alright, I'm going to start from here. Okay? Yeah, if you start a new file and type this line. Okay, I'm going to make mine smaller so we can see it all on the screen. So start a new Python file with from CImage with a capital I, import asterisk. Okay? This comes from the C-Image module. Again, you have to go to Chapter 5 to get it, yet the web link on Chapter 5 is no longer valid. Okay? So we're going to play with that here in just a second. So, looking at this color chart, you see, so red is, we have the choice of 0 to 255. So if red is 255 and green and blue are zeros, obviously the colors are going to be red. So if you want blue, it'll be 0, 0, 255. If you want green, it'll be 0, 255, 0, so on and so forth. Okay? Now, I mentioned a second ago, if there's 16 million different color combinations, do you think the naked eye could actually notice? Like if I use 254 instead of 255? No, you're not going to notice it. That's actually one way digital steganography works, which again I covered in another class. But all right, so it's a combination of the red, green, and blue. Okay, there's a lot of stuff we could do with the pixel. We could actually create a pixel. We could get red, get blue. Basically, first one creates a pixel. Okay, the get red, get green, get blue, get the color at that certain location. Okay. So it returns the amount of red, the amount of green, and the amount of blue. So you actually can read a picture. Later on in this chapter, we're actually going to see how to convert something to a negative, which is very cool. How to convert something to grayscale, that kind of stuff, which is very simple to do. We'll do that, okay? But you can also set the red, the green, and the blue, okay? You can also set it when you're creating it, like right here at the top. You're actually creating a pixel called P, which is 25, 200, 143. So what color do you think this might be? How much red does it have? A little or a lot? A little red. How about green?
A lot of green.
A lot of green.
A little blue.
A little blue. So I'd say it's more on the green and bluish side than red. I don't know exactly what color that's going to come out to be, but definitely will be more green and bluish than red. Okay. So let's start with this code he has here, okay? So, if you did it correctly and you type this line of code and you hit F5, it'll run. Actually, no, I'm going to do it I'm going to do it right here in this window instead. That way we can actually see the errors immediately. I'm going to do it right in the shell prompt. From C image import asterisk. Okay? If you get an error, that means you don't have the C image Python module installed. Okay, so did everybody get that file and download it in there? That's exactly how you install a module. You didn't get it? Okay. Did you find it on D2L? Let me pause this just for a second. All right. All right, so we got it. Okay, so if you type this right here, it should come back with just a prompt. Okay, then we type P equals pixel 200, 100, 150. Okay? That means we just created a pixel. Can't see it yet. You just created a pixel. And if you just type P, it'll tell you what the RGB is. So far, so good? Everybody with me? If I want to see what the red is, get the red. P.getBlue. Okay? Oh, still do get blue. Still do get blue. Yeah, we're going to do set blue though. Okay. I can do p.setBlue. So you can very easily manipulate it. So far so good? Then we just type P again, it'll show us what that current pixel is. Everybody with me? Yes. And what sucks about this, I don't know how you guys feel about this, but you really can't see what it's doing. Kind of sucks. So we're going to do that here in a second.
Mine says it's
Hold on, let me pause again. All right, so now we're going to look at image win. Forgot to restart the process. Let me back up. Basically, image win right here. The image win object allows us to work with an image window. Okay, you can specify the size. Okay, so right here, I want to bring this up a little higher. Now we've already imported the C image. We don't need to do that. If I say my win equals image win, image processing. Whoops. Okay, you should get a window with the title of image processing. Everybody see that? Just like the turtle. Y'all remember the turtle? That's what we got. Okay, I'm going to close out that window. Now I'm going to change this to Ken processing, just so I can show you that you can change it. So basically that wording is just the title. So when I say Ken processing, now the title says Ken processing. Okay, if I want to change the size of it, I can very easily go in here. I can make this, 200 by 400. So I'm really manipulating the size of it at that point, the X and Y size. Okay, is everybody okay so far? All right. So the method name is ImageWin. The title is the first part. Then it's the width and the height. You can change it just like I showed you. You can do exit on click. It'll close it when you click the mouse button. You can also use the mouse, get the mouse. Where is the mouse? Because if you think about it, don't most programs, when you use the mouse, that's when you want to draw pictures and stuff. So you can use the mouse to get the current position, and I think you can also set the position. Okay. Another thing you can do is create an object and put a picture in it. Okay. I figured that'd be kind of cool. Okay. So with file name, you can point to a file. You can create an empty image, then put the picture in it. You can also get the height and width and get pixels, and we're going to try some of these. Okay. You can also set pixels, which we're going to do. You can set the positions, and you can even draw and save the file. We're going to do all this. Okay. So let's work with the file image. Okay. So I'm going to bring this to the top of the screen so I can see it. And my mouse is missing. There it is. Okay. So I'm going to say, I'm going to bring this image line back down again. Now I'm going to say, this is Ken Dewey. Now I happen to have a picture handy just for this occurrence. Imagine that, huh? So mine's going to be much easier than you guys. You guys don't have pictures. But if you don't know how to figure out how big a picture is, yes, sir. Hold on, let me come see. Hold on, let me pause. Get it restored. Okay, for this next thing to work, sorry, I keep forgetting to start the recording again. For the next thing to work, you have to get a GIF. And what I did was I went to Google Images, and I typed in asterisk.gif, and it shows me, whoa, a bunch of GIFs. It shows you a kitty cat, and a bunch of other stuff. Find a picture, okay? Again, I'm not responsible for what you find here. Just go asterisk.gif, and these should all be GIFs. And you should be able to, actually, if you click on the picture, whoa, you should be able to go right-hand click on, do save image as, and save it in the directory you're running the Python thingy from. Okay? Now I'm going to change mine. Actually, I'm going to write it in this file now. It'll just be easier, especially with graphics. Okay, I'm going to copy this line. Now, rather than doing it at the prompt, I'm going to do it right here. Now I'll show you why in a second. But find a picture, put it in a directory, then run. Then create a file. Y'all know how to create a Python file. And put your stuff in it. And it should work. Okay? Okay. Y'all with me? Just get a Python file, put something like that in it. I don't care what you put in for the title. You can call it My Turtle for all I care. But you got to run it from the same directory.
So you can call it whatever you want.
Yeah, whatever you want. That's just the title. The reason is I'm going to work with this Ken Dewey graphic, so I want to run this program from the same directory. So that's why I did that. Okay? So, because when we access this file name, this has to be in the same, either you're going to have to copy the image into the Python folder, or else you're going to have to create it in a separate file like I'm doing now. Okay. So I'm going to say Ken equals file image Ken Dewey.gif. Okay, does anyone remember how big Ken Dewey was?
700 by
1050. Okay. So I'm going to make this one 700. 1050. Okay, now I'm going to run it. There we go. It's working perfectly so far. Alright. Next thing I'm going to do is this draw. Is there anybody with me? And here we go. Ta-da! You should get a picture on the screen. Okay, everybody see what I did? You're running low on battery. Just saying. Okay, so first thing I did was I imported the CImage library. Then I created a window with the title of Ken Dewey, and I gave it the size of the graphic. Then I told it, hey, Ken is going to be equal to this image, this file image. So I pointed to the file name. So then I said, okay, Ken, remember Ken is pointing to the image. So Ken, draw it inside of my win. And my win is the window right there. Did anybody else get a graphic to come up yet? First person to get a graphic to come up, gets a graphic to come up first. That's why you got to put the file and the image in the same directory.
It's in my scripts because that's what I just did, the OS current working directory, and it was in scripts.
Okay, let me come look. Okay, so everybody got the gist of what this is doing. This is creating us a window that's a certain size. Now, if you make the window that's not the same size as the picture, you might be cutting the picture off. Like, say if I made this a 700 by 9, we'll say 900. We'll do 90. Say it kind of cuts the picture a little bit. Okay, see what I did there? If I did 9, let's do 1200. Now I should have a bigger image. Now, okay, let me do the width instead of the height. It was 1050, wasn't it? Let's do 900. See, now you'll see how this window is actually bigger than the picture. All right, but what I've had to fix for most of you, if you bring up a window, any folder window, and if you go to Organize, Folder and Search Options, this is critical you all fix this, because this is causing so many issues. Go to so inside of a window, go to Organize, Folder and Search Options. Under View, you must uncheck that stupid box. This is the reason a lot of people get viruses, and obviously it causes issues in classes. Hide extensions of known file types. You see that? Oh, darn it, I keep forgetting to start the recording. Oh, I'm recording. Okay, good. Okay. Hide extensions of known file types. You must uncheck it. The reason is, if I leave it checked, I'm going to show you what happens. Okay? Now I'm going to go in here, and, okay, see Ken Dewey? See how he has no file extension? We know it's a GIF. Okay? Now if I go to run my program, I'm specifying KenDewey.gif. You see how it's called KenDewey.gif right there? See how it's called KenDewey.gif? I go to run it, and it's going to say, can't find it. The reason is, hide extensions of known file types in Windows says, hey, I know what a GIF is, so we're going to hide the extension. So when I labeled it KenDewey.gif, it's now called KenDewey.gif.gif. I understand that. I covered it in other classes. So what you need to do is uncheck this stupid box, because now you see it's actually KenDewey.gif.gif.
So on the back, where would you go and do that?
What?
On the back, where would you go and do
Which one was it?
Mac, it automatically shows it to you.
Hide extension from known files?
Yes.
Uncheck it.
Uncheck it. The reason that's a problem, okay, say I got a virus Next, an executable. Y'all know what an executable is, I hope. That's a program you can run. Say I make an executable of a virus, and I call it, favoritepicture.gif.exe, and send it to you. You're going to see favoritepicture.gif. You're like, oh, this is my favorite picture. You're going to click on it thinking it's a GIF, but it's actually an executable. You're going to get a virus. So you got to turn that off. It's killing me. And obviously it's causing you all problems. So again, I'm going to show you how to get there. Just bring up any folder. You can even do it in My Computer. Just go into My Computer, Organize, Folder, and Search Options. Under View, uncheck that stupid thing. It's funny, when I ran my internet business years ago, I had an issue with my server. Microsoft had to actually come in and fix my server. First thing they did was turn that off. I thought, why do you leave it turned on? It says extensions confuse people. But yeah, people are getting viruses over it, and it's just an issue. Okay? So now you see my file is actually called kendewey.gif. So now it matches. Now we're good. Okay? So some of you with me, hopefully? One or two of you got it working?
I got lost in that file. I was trying to save it, but I'll find it.
Okay. All right. Well, the next part we don't need a picture, luckily. So let's continue on. So basically what they did here is they drew the Luther bell and put it on. Okay? All right, let's continue on. So, details of an image. You can actually access pixels based on their coordinates. To find out how wide something is, you would use get width. To find out something high, you would use get height. Okay? I'm going to go back into my file here. I'm going to turn off the draw part. Actually, turn off the file name even. I should be able to say mywin.getHeight. Is it not at height? No, that's right. What did I type wrong? Get mywin.imagewin.getHeight. Yeah, that's to get the width. Oh, sorry. I still need the file name. My fault. Sorry. I still need the file name. I need to do it for my name, not the image, not the window. I need to do it for the file. Okay, now it should come up and show me a number. Okay, well, I need to print that. Hold on. We're going to get it yet. We're going to get this yet. Actually, we'll put print around this. I want to see what size it is. Should now output on the screen, and it did. It output 1050. So I was able to find out the height of the graphic. Our graphic was 1050. I should also be able to do print width. I should do 1050 and 700. See, there you go. So that's how you can use get height and get width. Okay. I want to try some. I no guarantees this is going to work. Let me see. I'm pretty sure I can actually do it without even specifying the window. Yes, I can. So what that means is you could actually open here. Let's do this. I want to change this order here. What if I didn't know the size of it? I could actually do the height and the width. Everybody see what I'm doing? I basically said open up kendewey.gif. See that? Specified the file name. Then I said make me a window, name Kendewey. The width of it is Ken's.getWidth, and the length is Ken.getHeight. I'm sorry, not length. Okay. Now I should be able to go down in here and show it, and it should open up perfectly. That way you don't have to find out how big the image is. No matter what the image size is, this is now determining the height and the width and automatically passing it to the image window. I don't know why he didn't do that, but oh well. Ever see what I just did? Okay, I basically opened up my image. That's what this one did. I specified the file name. Then instead of the width and height of the picture, I said ken.getWidth, ken.getHeight. Okay? I'm just using the functionality built into it. Okay, let's continue on. I'm getting so many blank stares like, it's fine up there. Okay. Okay, so you saw get height. Okay. You can also get a specific pixel. Like I could go in here to my program and type, I'm going to stop it from drawing because I don't need to draw. I think I can even get rid of that at the moment. I just don't want to delete it yet. Let's get pixel at 100, 100. Oh, did I spell something wrong? You can't do that? Get pixel.
I think you forgot to put it just got to repeat it.
Get GT. Should have worked. So I did cannot get height and get width. That worked fine. I don't know why that's not working. Oh well. I don't worry about that right now. We need to do something else. All right. Next thing we need to do is this. No, does not require a picture. So now you can continue on. Okay. So I'm going to get rid of that. I lost it. I'm going to get rid of this. Actually, no, I'm going to get rid of that. I'm going to get rid of the file name. Okay, we're going to call it my win. I can't spell. Equals image win. We're going to call it empty image. It's going to be 300 by 300. Okay. Then empty image equals and then okay, we're creating a window called empty image. It's 300 by 300. Then we're creating an empty image, in other words, a blank image, and we're going to draw it. Okay. Just like, exactly like it has in the book. And I got a blank window, which is perfect. That's what I wanted. Okay? So we can use that. Now we're actually going to draw an image on it. Okay? If I can open the right file. Alright, image window. Now I'm going to do it with line image. We're going to run out of time. Okay, my image win. Line image, we got all that the same. Now this is the part I had to change when I did it downstairs. White pixel equals pixel 255, 255, 255. I want to make sure this works first. Let's make sure we're on the right track. Yes, so far it's working. Now we need a loop. For I in range 300, line, image, that's set, pixel. I'll explain what all this does in a second. I, white, pixel. Okay? Then I gotta go line image dot draw my win, and we're not gonna save it for the moment. Okay, watch what this does. Can anybody see what it did? It's hard to see it. Let me modify it.
Diagonal line.
It's a diagonal line. I'm going to change it. So, if this is 255, 255, 255, that's white. How can I make it red?
0, 0.
Now we're going to make a red one. So it is working. We just couldn't see the white on the white. Okay? Because the book says it should be black, but ours defaults to white. So, now what if I want a green one?
In the middle.
Okay. What was that color we found at the beginning of the course we were asking about? It was like 120, 250, no, it's 200, 173 or something, wasn't it? Wasn't it like that? We said it should be somewhat blue-green. That kind of is a blue-green. More green than blue, since obviously the G is the middle color. Okay. All right, so we can change that very easily. Okay. We only have 5 minutes left. Okay, we don't have time to do what else I wanted to do. I wanted to see here his starts with the black background, ours doesn't. So what I wanted to do was make it so it did an X, but we just don't have time to do that. So for the extra credit, this is not going to be written anywhere, so you're going to have to do it. I want you to get a picture of, let's see, something cool.
We need to go to Google.
What do you think? What's a good picture? Something cool. Has to be cool.
A motorcycle.
Okay, a picture of a motorcycle. And I want it to display in a box, but you're not allowed to specify the height and width. Just like I did my picture. And you need to supply me with the Python script that will point to the correct file name, and I will save them both in the same directory and run it. And also a picture. Okay? So a picture of a motorcycle that will appear in a box. Do not specify the height and width. In other words, use the get height and get width. Get height and get width. Just like I did. Obviously you saw it on my recording. The first one to get it up there gets better extra credit. Everybody that gets it up there will get some extra credit. You notice I didn't specify how much.
Except for Cameron.
I think Cameron's got his beat.
Cameron probably already found the picture too.
Well, he's already on it.
He's already done it. He did before.
He was just waiting for the motorcycle. He's like, I just wanted to know what the picture was. But hey, you can still get some extra credit. Alright, so remember, a picture of a motorcycle that appears in the window just like my picture did, you're not able to specify the height and width. You got to use the method calls to get that. Okay? You're going to give me a Python script and an image that I'm going to put in the same directory, and they're going to work. If they don't work, you get nothing. Alright. And we'll pick up next time. Remember, we're going to finish drawing an X in this box. We're just running out of class time. Sorry. We got like 3 minutes left. There's not enough time today. Alright. Sorry for the short recording, but I was actually recording the whole time. I was just helping you guys. So.